Han Solo. Yeah, that happens to me all the time. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you can see in front of me, I got some figures from The Empire Strikes Back. You know, we just closed out the 40th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back. So I wanted to show off my Carbonite Han Solo, which I had not done a review on, the Bespin Escape Leia, the Chewbacca with the C-3PO break apart, which I did do a review on, and he's on my channel, and Lando Calrissian. And of course, we got Boba Fett from The Empire Strikes Back. Now, the cool thing is, this Han Solo serves two purposes, because he can be the Han Solo that Boba Fett wheels into Slave One and flies away with, or we can display him like this. He can be in Jabba's palace, which is actually really, really cool. Now, I was thinking about some missed opportunities. You know that recently they released a whole slew of like Empire Strikes Back figures, which is actually kind of cool. And they even had a Dagobah Luke Skywalker. And then they repainted that figure and released another Luke. Now, this isn't the official release. I just painted this up to prove a point that it was kind of like just a repaint of that figure. You did get the other little piece in the box, which is kind of cool. And an awesome box that was, right? I haven't got it yet, but I did order it. This was just kind of like a preliminary. But anyways, because they've like constantly been repainting and recasting figures, I started thinking about that whole setup in The Empire Strikes Back when Han Solo comes out in a Carbonite block. Well, who was it that came up and checked to make sure that everything was fine? It was those little Ugnaughts. Now, I got my vintage Ugnaught here, and I can always put him right here to check those things, but he's just a little bit too small. So I started thinking, like, wait a minute. Quill from The Mandalorian was an Ugnaught, and this character was already in production, right? So they have a figure that they've already molded and casted and produced for The Mandalorian. So how hard would it have been for them to repaint it and card it on an Empire Strikes Back card as an Ugnaught? So what I did was, I noticed that Quill has been kind of like a peg warmer, so I went ahead and I got an extra one. And I made this little robe for him, this little cape, because, you know, the original had that thing on there. And I did a little paint job on his outfit. Now, I know it's the same outfit and stuff like that, and it really doesn't look like this jumpsuit at all, but I think I did a pretty good job with the coloring, right? I think for modernizing the figure a little bit, I did this dark gray, which is like this imperial look, and I gave him like some really dark gray pieces here, and his gloves and his boots. And then I thickened up and whitened up his hair a little bit so that he would look like maybe he was a little bit younger, right? Added a little bit more white in there. And I thought, wow, this is a really easy way to get an Ugnaught into your display. So I think in the same respect that they like recast and repainted this figure, which is pretty much zero changes except for the paint scheme, they could have did something very similar with Quill and carded him as an Ugnaught for The Empire Strikes Back, and you would have had one more character for your display. I think it's kind of a cool little piece that I'm going to sit up on my display, and I just wanted to like show it off and give everybody an opportunity to kind of see like how a Ugnaught can fit into that display with the carbonized Han Solo. Yeah, that happens to me all the time. So I'm kind of happy that there were some extra quills lying around. They look like they're being peg warmers. And I think like, you know, if you want to get yourself an Ugnaught for your setup, that's not a bad way to go. So anyways, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Hope you like the idea. Leave me some comments down below. Don't forget, come back for more. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.